Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Fallout 4 series with your host, Stavidal. And today, we are completing another mission for the Brotherhood of Steel. I know, boring. We'll get it done quick and easy so that we can move on to doing a more interesting mission, which is what we're gonna do today. So at this point, these raiders are a comedy, so might as well treat them as such. Oh wait. Oh, you hit me still. I'm the comedy. Check it. Even at very hard, eh? But these locations are early on the map, so that's why I'm like, I think the highest. I'll show you guys something too. The highest difficulty that an enemy reached in this location for this mission, I'm level 72, playing it very hard, is a Raider Scum, which requires like 2 bullets. So, yeah, that's something about the...
Just chill out, asshole.
You understand?
Just do what I say.
Come here.
Follow my orders, and it'll be okay.
Follow me. Wait, he attacked me again. Okay, so, bad example, I'll try it again. I've been playing with this perk. I'll show you guys quickly. Here. 3 points spent in intimidation, which allows me to then pacify an enemy and then command them to follow me for a little bit. They kind of turn on you randomly, as you guys saw. Like the previous experiences I've had were not that quick to be turned around, but I guess this guy was really not keen on following my lead, so I don't blame him. Well, I blame him, but yeah. The consequence of not following my lead was a quick bullet in the brain, so, you know, he did incur what he was looking for in the end.
Easy now. Hands up.
No pacification. So, these guys don't realize that I'm like just decimating their camps.
Stop right there.
Hey, come here, bro. We got somebody over there.
Hold on. No funny business.
What do you want from me?
Don't make me pull the trigger.
Don't shoot me.
Wait, why can't I command him? That's anyway. There's different types of factors that I need to take into account before mastering this pacification and control. But I should have been able to control this person,
Put your hands up.
this guy too.
You gotta be
Right?
kidding me.
Aha, because you got a
Follow my
point.
orders,
That's why.
and it'll be okay.
Anything.
Let's
Just
see.
don't
So.
shoot.
See what I'm saying? No more enemies. Should I send them to?
Check
Here
that
you go.
out. Now.
Please, I can't do that. I'm sorry.
Check that out. Now.
I really can't.
You can't, eh? Well, on that note, guys, honestly, I would have enjoyed bringing you back to my
I'm done
settlements
with
if I could trust you. But
Ha! I'm in charge now.
What was that? Anything.
you see what I'm saying? Okay. So we're playing with we're understanding it a bit better now, I think. Interesting mechanic. Let's see if I can fast travel with them. They're not gonna follow me. I'm pretty sure of that. So on that note, we'll go perform the battle at Bunker Hill. Get all these synths going. You guys ready? I promise you that the psycho is not gonna follow me. But it's still interesting, you know. So if I arrive on a battle scene, first enemy I see, pacify them, and then I have an extra enemy to bait, to do a bunch of different things. So it's I think it's a valuable point to invest in. What I would have enjoyed, I haven't tried it with gunners, but what I would have enjoyed would have been, and I'm still gonna try, is, and I've talked about this in previous videos, but yeah, the goal is to pacify the gunners so that I can have them as an extra clan, to be not only to be a part of, but to add to my to the addition of the kind of the Senate of the Commonwealth, you know, representing all the major powers, whereas the Gunners are like probably like an intermediate power compared to the Brotherhood or the Institute. But nonetheless, they have a lot of leverage in terms of accomplishing tasks and goals which are not which wouldn't necessarily be accomplished by the other 4 groups. Again, it kind of makes that's why they're not legally appreciated, or they're not seen to be legally abiding. So that's
I've been waiting for you.
you know,
Yeah, the line at the car wash was super
a lot of
long.
different
Took me
factors.
forever.
Your attempt at humor is wasted. Our targets are inside.
I'll waste
4
you,
synths
buddy.
Under railroad protection. Majority of the settlement is uninvolved and are expected to run for cover. The situation appears to have escalated. A covert approach is likely impossible. We move in, secure the synths, and I relay out with them back to the Institute.
Okay, so what I just heard now is that I might put myself against the railroad for doing this.
The mission's parameters just changed. We're going futile. Requesting backup relay now.
Sorry. Okay. See what I'm saying? Are they telling me they're against me? No. Look. So I can just walk in, waltz in the base. Oh. I'm just not gonna attack them, you know. I don't understand. Or okay. Let's see. People over there, no? So there might be a way to get in Bunker Hill some other way, right? That's a railroad. Yeah. Okay, so we're kind of getting in a bind with the railroad here. There's even some Brotherhood of Steel, or maybe these are Institute workers. So this is an interesting predicament. I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna get in. Okay. But as you can see, it's almost like an all-out war in between all factions. So let's see. I did put a save in front because I'm not sure I'm going to be able to resolve this without angering the railroad to such a fundamental extent that I might not be able to participate in it. So unfortunately, I might back up, and then what I'll do is I'll go to the railroad instead and grab a bunch of missions that might be available before maybe turning my back on them entirely. Although I might they might be the one I'm gonna, you know, so like that I'm gonna complete the game with. Whoa, okay, that's a lot of damage. Whoa, get the hell out of my way. Hey, come on. Okay, okay. So I'm pretty sure if I attack the turret, I will be penalized again. But this guy was just blocking the way. Okay. Try it again. Keep calm. We know the route now. Head directly towards our destination. Minimize the damage from the turrets. Minimize the damage. Okay. You'll have to move, lady. Seriously. Okay. I don't know if I can pacify the railroad workers. Nope. Okay, give myself a good heal. And pull one of these guys. Beautiful. So I'm infiltrating their entire base without them knowing that I'm an enemy, which is optimal. Wow. Okay.
I've been looking for you.
No, I've got money. It's yours if you let me go.
F633 initiate. All right, Senor.
Please.
C322 initiate reset. Author.
Beautiful. So I'm resetting them all, and
No
then we'll
sudden
bring them
moves,
back to the
please,
Institute.
no. Y915 initiate. You there, Synth.
Come on, please. Just don't.
B2
Why? Do you wanna
7,
go back to the
initiate
Institute?
Reset. Authorization code Theta 93 Stratus.
Objective complete. Return to the town. Make sure all hostiles.
Beautiful. They don't know.
I will relay the synths back to the institute. Report to Father upon your.
See, or else it would have told me the railroad hates you. Blah 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 blah.
Someone do something! Ain't my fight!
Holy. It's a lot of damage from these turrets. These turrets are level 7 though. That explains it. So that was a probably properly done job. I think this is gonna be good for me in the institute. So I've completed this game once before, and on previous completion I was not an institute fan. So I'm interested in seeing what kind of perks. I feel like really good laser weapons might come out of it, like hardly accessible technology, this type of stuff. If you follow the institute's footsteps and you kind of like, I don't know. I'd be interested in seeing what the Commonwealth would look like, other than it's probably not the right one to support. But the synths are such a contentious types of form of being. I think in the Commonwealth that you know, I wouldn't put virtue on the side of the Brotherhood of Steel by all means. I think the Minutemen, because they have less pretension, is probably the most virtuous of all the 4 groups. Their pretension is just to protect and to reconstruct the settlements, right? Whereas Brotherhood it's like exterminate the synths, blah blah blah. There's this extra level of intent. Okay, so let's get back to the Institute now. And what I'll do is I'll download the program for the railroad in the Institute as well. So I am technically working for the railroad right now. You know, I'm basically what's the word? In French it's trahison. I'm basically anyway, I'm not collaborating with any of the groups, and I'm working for them but against them all at the same time. So I'm a traitor. That's what it is. One similarity. That's it. One similarity. Zero similarities. Two similarities. Interesting. Except that must be the one. No. Well, the ing at the end. Okay. Let me do that.
Nice.
Yeah. You guys remember the name of the old tip? Yeah, let's go to the bottom. Which one? Is that just called encrypted message? Interesting. Aha. Beautiful. I uploaded it. That was too fast, I guess. Alright. Anything in... You see, all these things seem pretty useful. Fusion cell. 4 fusion cores. You can see that. Holy shit. Holy macaroni. Okay, so plenty of stuff. None of it useful. So I did put it in. I don't know what... I didn't do it fast enough, I guess. Please wait. I didn't wait. Beautiful. Still gotta find father. He might be in there. Let's see. Father, where are you? Father, father, I have sins. May you help me. May you bless me. So that my sins may be alleviated. So that salvation may be acquired through your grace. Amen. Where art thou, Father? Why have you forsaken me in your thoughts?
You were scheduled for
Forsaken me in your heart, forsaken me. Oh.
Dr. Ao saw you accessing a terminal. You know we were not
Cry.
terminals in that section.
Anyway,
Is Dr.
I'll stop my rendition before I
Yeah,
get sued.
I mean, no, it's not. But I was only.
What is it?
If people know what that song is.
Or weren't you accessing a terminal?
Which, I mean, pretty popular,
Father has
by all
done
means.
remarkable things.
Okay, so where is father, though?
Sounds like
Pisses me off.
cleaning
They're gonna make me look all around the institute just
I
to,
was just shutting it down.
like,
Was that a stutter?
what, to make me do
The defect unit.
a rabbit hunt or something? Whatever. This is a consequence of accepting the ontological rules of a video game instead of living in reality like a normal human being. I decide to simulate it for the sake of what? Accomplishment? It's all fucking virtual, digitalized. No real accomplishment is completed here. Only fictitious, simulated, and ultimately, by many people's measurement, devoid of any utility, right? And so, let's call the utility enjoyment, and I don't feel bad about it, so you shouldn't. I'm just saying that the popular opinion on spending a lot of time on video games in general is one which I think this is my room. Yeah, pretty sure. Is one which is mitigated at best. Some people are truly believe that video games should not be supported to a high extent and should be purely seen as an act of leisure and not as an act of, or should not be associated with work whatsoever. I think this is a funny assumption, and I think nobody does it at 100%, but most people do it at like a 95%. Is that most people who play video games only do it for fun. So that's a good assumption to have. But ultimately, we kind of know for a fact that, I mean, just the creation of a video game, for example, implies a lot of work, a lot of production, a lot of time spent by humans, but potentially are most likely remunerated, you know, and so accounted for in a financial system of investments. Anyway, so, and funding. So I'm still looking for father. Are they gonna tell me he's not in here? That's what I'm. In the ruins. Where is that? Okay, so I'm not gonna say I'm an idiot, but I'm an idiot. Oh boy, freaking god, man! I'm at my second coffee too, and I wasn't even able to read the prompt correctly enough to know that it wasn't in the institute. I feel like they're ready to just culminate different endings right now. Because I was about to destroy the railroad with the Brotherhood, and now Father's probably gonna tell me it's time. It's time. We must change the Commonwealth, fundamentally take it for our own, and destroy the oppression of the Brotherhood of Steel. Blah blah. Which arguably might be the right decision. You know, and that's another thing I enjoy about Fallout 4 as a video game is that the morality and ethicality of your choices are not clear, and as you know. And they shouldn't be, right? And so like this idea of like having to make the decision regardless of the fact that you cannot ensure the results as such, but also the quality of the results.
What's that?
Is I think it's a fun position to be in. It kind of it adds to the experience, to the immersion into the simulation. Okay, so they're telling me something along the lines of I gotta meet Father here, but he's hiding. No, let's get it. Hello, gunhead. Sometimes a love tap is all you need to bring someone to the other side. What's up, Sint? Okay, nice. Nothing there. I feel like, yeah, it's I have to go another level above. I'm interested. Is the door on top? I think it's gonna be on the roof. That's what I'm assuming. Ooh, no bullets. What am I doing? Can I pacify a super mutant? Nope. Kinda makes sense. I was running with Strong for a little bit though, so I guess these guys are just not interested in communication whatsoever.
You had your time,
You're pissing me off. Okay. A lot of stuff. Beautiful. Technical documents. I'm always looking for that. I feel like the next step to Fallout 4 would be to have this kind of like new golden age after the apocalypse, based upon like this crazy scientific development. So it's kind of like the next era of the Fallout world is this hyper futuristic, and so it would be less focused on the apocalypse and the remains of the previous civilization as the development and the how would you say that? Of like a sci-fi, you know, or a hyper technological world, which, you know, as we see in the Remnants, was already found or was already in the way of being built. And I think like let's say the Institute wins, I think that's a very probable future to see for the Commonwealth, is this kind of like reconstruction based upon this high degree of apprehension of scientific knowledge. So I feel like that's not the good place to be, right? I'm not in the right place. So I'll head back down there. Might just be there all along. Okay. Yeah, I think that's the right way. Beautiful. So I could have avoided all these super mutants. That's just me in a nutshell, you know. So, on that note, these videos I've been panning out so far. I'm not regretting doing them. I'm happy continuing to do them, but it does seem as if I'm receiving less feedback on my new videos, less views on my new videos. So I'm not sure if it's the video game, if it's the content, or if it's just a part of the YouTube algorithm and it's failure to promote your videos appropriately, or just because my videos are not good. It doesn't really matter, but all I'm saying is that I'll continue doing it until I don't see a point or until I get more traction. But I'm mentioning it to the audience so that you guys can respond, think about it, or not. You know, it's just something I'm throwing out there for my own sake and for my brand and for the continuation of what I'm trying to achieve as a human on this planet during my life.
This just the only hope for humanity lies below.
Okay, so this guy's really sour about something. Really sour. So I don't know. I'm feeling a bit.
Some air fresheners, a new coat of paint, and it'll all be good as new.
If only it were that simple. Standing here, I'm reminded of how fortunate I am that I was spared a life in this wasteland. I know that to you, I was kidnapped from that vault. In truth, the Institute rescued me. Both of us, really.
Kellogg called me the backup.
Did he? Well, he was correct. I was the perfect candidate. An infant with uncorrupted DNA. But if something were to go wrong, if I died...
Curious as to what
well,
uncorrupted
the
means.
realized a contingency plan was prudent. Another source of pre-war DNA, preferably related to their primary subject. It only made sense that my parents should fill that role. So you were kept alive and safe within the vault. I'll admit, when I had you released from Vault 111, I had no expectations that you'd survive out here in all this.
No faith in your father.
So, but managed to find me. To infiltrate the Institute itself. Extraordinary.
Thanks, son. Or should I call you father?
Your unconditional love is overwhelming. I think I need a moment.
I can't take it.
And accept that you're offended.
I'm not offended, you
must
dumbass.
understand, though. I have had no love to feel. We have been strangers until now, you and I. Certainly, it was no longer necessary to keep you suspended.
So fuck off.
I...
Sorry, I'm not supposed to swear, but
Well, I
at this
suppose
point, you know, I might as well
wanted to
just
see
add it
what
in my.
would happen.
I'm not making these
An
videos for
experiment
children
of
anyway,
sorts.
and the video is
I had
violent
no
enough
idea what kind of man
so that I should
see.
feel bad about swearing.
The Commonwealth
This guy's
came
annoying
up
me, so.
as it has everything else. Would you even survive? Perhaps most curious to me,
Wait, you think I'm not corrupted?
after all this time, attempt to find me.
I was born corrupt.
Now I know the
What
answer.
you perceive to be your uncorruption, my son, was but an illusion based upon these ideals of purity of genetics, which are non-existent, and your entire assurance to the top of the Institute was but a piece of the puzzle, not because you were genetically pure or untainted or uncorrupted as you described it so. So, your explanation is pathetic.
This is science to you? It's pathetic, all of it.
I'm sorry you see it that way. Perhaps in time you'll see it differently. There are greater things to come after your success at Bunker Hill. The synths have been safely returned and will be repurposed. Thank you for your work. I hope you weren't at too much risk.
It was a job that needed doing.
Yes, but it was also a job that you needed to be aware of. The railroad remains an annoyance, of course,
You see?
but they'll be dealt with as necessary. And you, well, you've passed the test, as they
But
say.
I've also shown you that I'm not following your precepts.
Take this as a token of my appreciation, our appreciation. It's time for you to become more involved in the future of the Institute.
Beautiful.
I'd like you to join me inside. The Directorate is meeting, and you should be there. I'll be waiting. I've seen enough. It's time to go back in.
So I'm not gonna be working for the railroad now. No point in doing that. I'm a bit curious. Well, questioning. Oh, I could do that. That's gonna be insanely strong. That's really strong. I'm definitely gonna invest it at some point. I'm wondering if there's a point where investing more. This one though. This one is super strong. I could go for this one. For headshots, 25% is it's really strong, right? So if I'm at 78, I'm already at 100. If I'm at 50, I'm at 75. Yeah, that's pretty solid. I'm just not running a real sniper right now. So, you know what? Did that about this one too. It's too hard to decide. That one's stupid. Useless point to be spent. I mean, I could spend it in a... Yeah, I'll think about it. Okay, so let's get into the Institute then. Go to that meeting. See where we can head. Because I'm not a fan of the Brotherhood of Steel, to be honest. I think what they're accomplishing is not bad, but they're just resource-mongering groups of people who were able to maintain their control, and then they justify the true principles, which do not seem to be virtuous necessarily. They just seem to be based upon their mission of controlling the Commonwealth and maximizing their resource accruement, which, you know, to be fair, is not necessarily... I mean, it's, you know, it doesn't make me want to be a part of their group more than any other group within the Commonwealth, or just creating my own, right? So the Brotherhood still is not... I'm not convinced.
It's important.
Interesting. You know, being clueless about provision is not something which it's not something that's gonna bring you too far in life. So
Good, we're all here. I think it's time we begin.
Sir, excuse me, but what exactly is he doing here?
I will address that issue. But there are other subjects that require our attention first. The level of unrest in the Commonwealth continues to rise, as we're all aware. Your report.
All Institute facilities remain completely secure, with the exception of one notable breach. Otherwise, internally, things are as tight as they've ever been. Dr. Ayo has been keeping an eye on things.
meaning me.
Yes. Watchers show no additional threats beyond those previously identified. We're still monitoring the increased activity around Fort Independence, but there are no immediate signs we should be concerned. Boston International Airport remains occupied, with Brotherhood presence noted at several other points throughout the Commonwealth. Intelligence suggests that this railroad continues to operate and is becoming more ambitious. SRB agents are monitoring all known situations, sir.
Very good, thank you. It's clear that our safety needs to be the primary concern going forward. To that end, where are we on Phase 3?
Excuse me, but, sir, are you sure this is, well, the proper time to be discussing that? Considering, I mean,
Oh my god, these guys are...
Ah, yes, that's true. Have you heard...
Man, they're convincing me not to be a part of the Institute.
Of course.
Really? Well, there's no shame in being out of the loop, as it were. The project has been classified for quite a long time. Power is, as I'm sure you've seen above ground, a very valuable commodity. I'm not talking about some abstract concept of control. I mean real, tangible power. The kind that keeps the lights on. With every advance the
That's what keeps me up at night.
our need for raw power choices. Many compromises and sacrifices have been made over the years to allow progress to continue.
In this world, I'm sure compromise is necessary.
Quite right. For far too long, we've been dependent on others. On our surroundings, that time is over. Phase 3 is simply the activation of a nuclear reactor that can provide enough power to the Institute
Beautiful.
now and forever. It will ensure not just our survival, but our prosperity.
Father, you know I am on your side.
Sounds
Forgive
like an
me.
important step.
That's an understatement. The reactor is close to ready, but recent tests have determined we have a few tasks ahead of us. Thus, we come to Phase 3, and to how you will help.
Sir,
Yes, Dr. Ayo. Previously, we would rely on Kellogg for above-ground operations, yes? Well,
This guy's in the.
while I'm not
He's in
overly
the
fond of
special
putting
place
my
now.
own father in harm's way, he has proven more than capable of handling himself.
yes, but
This is not a matter for debate. Now, there is one more subject that requires discussion.
I don't know that this is the time.
Oh my god.
Hold on.
These guys.
Please, as I'm sure several of you are already aware, I have been under Dr. Volkert's care for some time. I'm sorry.
This guy's gonna die.
Difficult for me. Our best efforts have failed. Every experimental treatment we could devise has been unsuccessful. I'm sorry to say I am dying.
no, can't be
Please,
serious.
everyone, please, I am sorry. This is not how I wanted to tell you. But
Wow.
we're running out of time.
This isn't funny. Unfortunately, there's no option for this is funny.
There must be something we can do to help you.
The only thing that matters now is continuing the Institute's work. It will be all right. I assure you, we can talk more later. Right now, the future of the Institute is at stake. The Institute cannot survive without leadership. The Directorate must continue to govern with the best interest of all in mind. To that end, I am naming my father as my successor.
Oh, boy.
You can't be serious.
Really?
How can you possibly justify this? He isn't one of us. He isn't even a scientist.
Dude, my intelligence is
Your
at 10, bro.
borderline, insubordinate tone, I will simply say this. The Institute has enough scientists. What it needs is a leader.
And I have
believe
charisma
my
then too,
father
bro.
has already proven himself more than capable in that regard. This will conclude. this
Absolutely.
meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your vote of confidence. I appreciate you believing in my capacities,
Dr. Fillmore.
and I promise you that I will rule the Institute
What do you need?
with a titanium fist.
It must be a challenge to meet the power demands of a place like this.
Absolutely. We scratch and scrape for every precious ounce of voltage.
Of course.
Over the years, we've learned a few tricks that help supplement our power budget. When necessary, we can tap into select sources on the surface. We take only what we need, of course. Fortunately, Advanced Systems is always working on new solutions to generate more energy. It's a good thing, too, because the demand is always increasing. You don't even want to know what a single use of the molecular dematerializer consumes.
Of course I want to know. You idiot. In fact, it would be very useful for me to know, but I guess
Change the world.
that's the type of shit people who don't understand their own technology or the technology they're running say when they don't want to they don't want to explain it.
I had no idea.
I know this is... Well, it's a lot to take in at once. I'm sorry, Father. I hope it wasn't too presumptuous of me to put you in charge without even asking first.
I can do the job.
Oh, I'm not even stressed, brother.
That's why I made the decision. There's no question that some of the Directorate and the Institute at large will need reassurances about your appointment. That's why I'd like you to take charge of this latest operation. Dr. Fillmore can fill you in on the details. There are hard decisions ahead for all of us, but for you especially. I know that you'll do the right thing.
Okay. Beautiful. Nice. That's a lot of XP too. Still haven't spent my point. You know what? Okay, so I'll do something to see if I can get some participation on this video. I'll not invest my point until the next video, and I'll let you guys comment on this video to tell me which point I should invest in at this point. And I'll decide next video. Coolio Burrito. So on that note, I'll continue playing a little bit. Go talk to Ali maybe, and then call it a day. And then I'll make another video later today. It's almost not enough time for you guys to tell me where I should spend my point though. I'm gonna wait until I get the comments.
Busy day for you, isn't it?
Oh, very busy.
About to get busier. You're going to lead this operation, I'm told.
Yes, ma'am. You've understood what I'm saying. Absolutely.
All right, let's go over the details. Recent events have upset our timetable. Getting the reactor online has become our #1 priority. It needs to be running, well, yesterday. We're going to have to cut some corners. I'm not thrilled, but it means we'll need to rely on some pre-war tech. You're going to the mass fusion building to acquire a beryllium agitator for us.
Consider it done.
I'll consider it done.
Sounds good. I'd appreciate.
Not as much as I'd appreciate coming back and...
Wait, what? She's going with...
Like
oh
going
my...
That's
why I clicked too fast. That's why I shouldn't click too fast.
With our options dwindling quickly. Not to put more pressure on you, but we have to move quickly on this. Word is that the Brotherhood is nosing around the area.
I don't have...
We don't want them getting the agitator before we do.
Of course not.
Head on up to the relay, and I'll meet you there.
Perfecto. The only problem is that I don't want to have to kill Brotherhood of Steel agents. I'm such in a good position with them. I've done so much work for them. They freaking love me in their administration. And I kind of feel bad, but most of the work I've done for them was just cleansing areas of super mutants, raiders, or feral ghouls, which I don't see why that's bad. And the other one was to give them technology, which is much worse. Like all that technology that I've collected for Scribe Halen could have gone directly to the Institute, but I've decided to give it to the Brothers Steel. It's probably not a good idea in the long run. However, I don't know how much it affects their development. But if the game is cool and awesome and what it should be, then the more technology I bring, the more you see. Okay, choice is done. Choice is made. Imagine that. I was a Knight Paladin. No, I'm in the Institute. Whoa, that changes the whole thing. You know what? I never wanted to be a part of the Brotherhood Steel, so. Who would have thunk? I'm an Institute member now. Honestly, yeah, I didn't want to be under Elder Maxon. I think his principles, his values, his entire demeanor as a leader was not appealing whatsoever to me. I thought it was worth criticizing more than anything, to be honest. So I'm happy that I don't have to abide by his rulings, which were not interesting to me whatsoever. So. Wait, why are the synths attacking me? Well, it's a... Nice. Goodbye. You guys think you're strong? I don't even need guns with you guys, bro. I think I'm gonna proc Nerd Rage just because I can. Boom. They got me there. Okay, so I'll end the video there. I deserved it. So, on that note, comment, like, and subscribe. And follow as well. Do whatever you need to do. But please continue watching and comment as much as you want. And have a wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye.